She has spent her entire career sitting across from the most powerful people in the world, asking the questions nobody else dared to ask, delivering the truth with a composure that made it look effortless. But right now, the real story of what Norah O'Donnell has been quietly carrying, personally, professionally, and physically, is one that the cameras have never fully captured. And once you hear all of it, you will completely understand why her fans are heartbroken. She grew up the daughter of a United States Army officer and a dedicated mother of Irish descent, moving constantly as a military family, San Antonio, Seoul, back to Texas, never staying long enough to fully settle anywhere. At just 10 years old, living on a military base in South Korea, she was already on camera giving videotaped English lessons for a Korean educational institute. That is who Norah O'Donnell has always been, a girl who showed up, did the work, and asked the hard questions before most people her age even knew what a question was worth. She built one of the most decorated careers in American broadcast journalism: NBC News, MSNBC, CBS This Morning, chief White House correspondent, and finally the anchor chair of the CBS Evening News in 2019, becoming only the third woman in history to hold that role after Connie Chung and Katie Couric. For 6 years she anchored one of the most watched evening news programs in the country, and then in January 2025, quietly and without fanfare, she stepped down. Not because she wanted to. Not because she was ready. But because the industry had decided, in the way the industry always decides about women of a certain age, that it was time. But the professional loss is only part of this story. In 2016, while still at the height of her career, Norah was diagnosed with melanoma. The cancer was caught early, contained to the surface of the skin before it had spread deeper, but the diagnosis shook her to her core. She had 3 young children at home. She had a career she had built from nothing. And she was sitting in a doctor's office being told that her body was fighting something that kills people. She dealt with it quietly, treated it, and went back to work. Because that is what Norah O'Donnell does. She goes back to work. And then just 2 days ago, on April 26, 2026, she sat down with President Donald Trump for a 60 minutes interview in the aftermath of the terrifying White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting that shook the entire Washington press corps. She asked the hard questions. She read from the shooter's written manifesto. And Trump turned on her with full force, calling her horrible, calling her a disgrace, and attacking her on national television in a moment that left viewers shaken. She sat there. She held her composure. She did not flinch. Because this is a woman who has faced cancer, professional loss, and a lifetime of being told she is too much, and she has never once backed down. At 52, Norah O'Donnell is still showing up. Still asking the questions that matter. Still sitting across from power and refusing to blink. The tragedy is not that she is broken. The tragedy is everything this remarkable woman has had to survive just to keep doing her job. And she deserves every tear her fans are shedding for her right now.